Am I the asshole for walking out of my cousin's wedding after my mom tried to make me straight with makeup? I, 18F, recently came out as gay to my parents. It's an open secret with my friends, though it's not really obvious to most people at my school. My parents only found out because my mom got annoyed that I didn't seem to be showing interest in boys at an age that I should be, and asked me directly over the phone. I don't believe in lying to family, so I told her. She was very angry, though my dad was mostly in shock. He told me that if there was any way I could change myself, then I should, but that they would always love me no matter what I chose. I appreciated that, since I know they can be temperamental and they're trying their best. I don't think they understand that I can't change myself, though. My cousin's wedding was last week, and most of my family was attending. My mom has recently gotten this idea that if I wear more makeup and do feminine things, then I'll somehow get on the right track again. I don't enjoy wearing a lot of makeup, which has more to do with feminism than anything else since I'm not butch, but I do like putting on light lipstick and earrings on special occasions. I wore a very flowery salwar kameez with some pink lipstick and expensive earrings, though nothing else. We went to the first event, and when my mom saw what I was wearing, she basically freaked out. I think she wanted me to dress up way more than I did. She pulled me aside to one of the corners and started yelling at me, saying that I was disgraceful and that I was purposefully being abnormal so the whole family would find out. I honestly have no idea if I was dressing up the amount that girls normally should, but I know I didn't do it on purpose. She was also talking about doing things like forcing me to come over every weekend from college and monitoring everything I do on my phone, but I think she was just mad at the moment. She has a habit of doing and saying extreme things in fights. But the things she kept saying made me so mad, and I was hurt. I've been genuinely trying hard to be compassionate and yielding with my parents in their adjustment, but at that moment, it was like all of my sincere efforts were completely wasted. I know I probably shouldn't have, but I ended up leaving the wedding when my parents weren't looking and going over to my girlfriend's house, kind of as a silent rebellion, since they don't know about her. Afterwards, both of my parents became even more upset with me, telling me I had embarrassed them in front of the family, and that everyone was asking where I had gone. I felt bad after they told me this, since I hadn't even thought my absence would cause a disturbance. There were so many people there and it was just a distant relative. But now I feel like I made everything exponentially worse than they should have been. A huge fight is going on, and I wonder if I made a terrible mistake in my rashness. So am I the asshole? I always try to be as level as possible, but I think I let my emotions carry me away this time. Not the asshole, stop catering to them. Your mother is not accepting anything and has made it very clear she is trying to make you straight. They also embarrassed themselves because your mother decided to scold you for who you are. Your mom should realize wearing makeup doesn't mean that a person is straight or gay. I barely wear makeup, I am straight. My friend Valerie wears full face, dresses like a model, and is gay. Unfortunately, I don't think your mom would believe it. Not the asshole. I guarantee you no one at that wedding gave a shit about how much makeup you had on. Your mother wanted a fight and then blamed you for it. She's way out of line. Not the asshole. You didn't ruin the wedding, your mom did by cornering you to shame your identity. Leaving was the kindest way to avoid a scene. Not the asshole. Your mom is projecting. She feels like you are abnormal, and therefore everyone else must too. I guarantee you no one was looking at or judging you. Not the asshole. They are doing everything possible to alienate you for who you are. They are the ones trying to force you into a different role and losing their shit when you don't comply. You can tell them their actions are seriously impacting your relationship with them. It's okay to consider going low contact with them. Thought it will be harder if they're paying for college. I'm also unclear how she could force you to come to their house. Is she literally going to drag you from your living arrangement by your hair? Am I the asshole for giving my friend a vib? Hi, I, 19F, am in a friend group with L, 19F, J, 19F, and S, 19F. My friends and I often joke about sexual things and sometimes get vibrators together. Only 3 times in our 2 years of knowing each other. I once got L a set of Linger as a gag gift for her birthday and decided to get S a vibrator as a gag gift for her birthday. My other 2 friends also thought it was funny, and when S got the gift, she thought it was hilarious. The problem comes when S shows her girlfriend, D, 20F, the gift. D didn't like the gift and said it made her very uncomfortable. She said it felt boundaries were crossed. I apologized for the gift and said I purely meant it as a gag gift and didn't think once about the gift being used, 'cause I genuinely just meant it as a gag. D also mentioned she thinks I didn't mean it as a gag gift. S didn't think of anything bad and thought of it as a gag too. Am I the asshole? Edit. I wanted to add a few more details. My friends told me not to, but YOLO. My friend's girlfriend also has said, 1. She thinks I have a crush on S. 2. That she wants to use it with S to get rid of the bad connection, I think 'cause I got it. IDK. Also she started dating S months after we all were friends. The vibrator was a $5 VIB off of Amazon. Literally nothing special and would probably break after a few uses if she did plan on using it. S agreed that she thought of it as a gag and didn't plan on using it. I got a VIB because my friends joked saying if their parents found their vibrator, they would say I got it for them, to get out of trouble. And no, I never had a relationship with S other than as a friend, and if I had a boyfriend and his friend got him a pocket pussy, I would think it was hilarious. Also, I didn't realize my spelling for VIB would create such a discussion. Why add an E if there is no E in vibrator? Also, I understand I maybe crossed a boundary with the relationship, but I feel weird about how D is reacting with it. Okay, bye. 3. Not sure I've seen this particular piece of slang written before, but shouldn't it be vibe? Vib would have a short I sound, as in bib or sib, I would think. Anyway, not the asshole, but next time you're at the sex shop, just buy S a ball gag and then nobody can deny that it's a gag gift. Edit. I noticed Ob made an edit and I feel the need to respond to the part concerning me. I didn't realize my spelling for vib would create such a discussion. Why add an E if there is no E in vibrator? As to the first sentence, you and me both, sister. This silly two-sentence throwaway comment has gotten more views, responses, etc. than anything I've written in quite a while. As to the second sentence, man facepalming. I wouldn't say you're the asshole, but it's also not a good idea to buy your friend who has a girlfriend a vibrator. It could definitely be taken the wrong way by their partner. No assholes here, I don't think you meant anything by it. However, that does not strike me as an appropriate gift for a friend in a committed relationship. It was perfectly reasonable for her girlfriend to be uncomfortable with it. Have you always had a purely platonic relationship with this friend? If not, my answer would change significantly. I used to work in a sex toy shop and I never understood why a vibrator is considered a gag gift. Are orgasms funny? Sincerely, a confused asexual. Nah, you know your friends and you knew it would be found funny by the recipient, but D is also entitled to her own feelings and boundaries. You apologized when you realized it made her uncomfortable. I'm in the air here. I'd say a slight you are the asshole. Why I say slight is because I really don't think you had any ill intent or meant it in a sexual way. But your friend has a girlfriend. Did you not think that her girlfriend would have a problem with it? Most girlfriends would. Many people don't take too kindly to people giving their significant other sex toys, friend or not. When we have friends in relationships, considerate friends wouldn't put their friends in situations to compromise their relationships or to make them look bad to their significant other. Am I the asshole for including all 3 of my mom's husbands in my child's family tree project? My son, 8M, had to create a family tree for a school project and I helped him. His grandma, my mom, has been married 3 times to my dad for 20 years, John, for 9 years, and Jerry, for 2 years and counting. My dad, her first husband, passed away long before my son was born. Her second husband, John, was already in the picture when my son was born and was super involved from the start. He loves my son and does so much for him, even now after he and my mom divorced. My son considers him grandpa, and my dad is grandpa in heaven. After my mom and John divorced, she married Jerry, her third husband. He's a nice enough guy but has never liked children and doesn't make any effort to interact with my son. When we were making the family tree, my son really wanted to include John as a grandpa on his project in addition to my dad. Again, he is the only grandpa he's known in real life and my son loves him dearly. I said that would be okay, but that we should also include Jerry, since Jerry is my mom's husband now. My son was okay with that and we had a blast finishing the project. Well, my mom came over yesterday and saw the family tree sitting on the counter. She absolutely lost it when she saw that she is attached to 3 husbands. I explained that my son wanted John included, so I thought it would be best to include Jerry as well. And she started screaming that I should have never done that we're trying to make her look bad, and that she can't believe I've represented her this way. Then she left. I was shocked and have tried reaching out to her since then, but she's refusing to text or call me back. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Good for you to acknowledge all families look different. Your mom is just mad at herself. Your mom's reaction suggests some shame around the multiple marriages. Clearly this touched a nerve, but it has nothing to do with you. Just let her throw her tantrum and come back when she is ready. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Sorry that she's embarrassed, but it is what it is. I can't believe that they still give out this assignment in school. Not the asshole. It's about your son. Not your mom. If he wants to include his grandpa because that's his family, then he should be allowed to include his grandpa. I can't believe you are telling the truth. How dare you? You were supposed to ignore everything negative about me. LMAO, not the asshole. It's not your fault husband number 3 isn't close to your grandson and her ex is, nor that your father passed away. Completely valid family tree. Not the asshole. Both you and your son had an open mind and an open heart as you worked on the project. Your mother has nothing to be ashamed of or be angry about. Am I the asshole for yelling at my mom for putting Vicks VapoRub on me when I explicitly told her not to? To add context, I absolutely hate Vicks VapoRub, or basically any menthol rub, oil, essential oil. While I hear a lot of people talk about how good and cooling it feels, it's the complete opposite for me. It feels like it's burning my skin, it makes my eyes water, especially when it's applied on my forehead, it keeps me awake. When I have it on at night, absolutely does the opposite from making me calm. And yay, it's just an overall uncomfortable experience. But despite all this, I still always have it applied on me when I'm sick, but it's always against my will. My mom, while I get she has good intentions, always puts it on me even when I'm just a little bit sick despite my constant protest. She's been doing this since I was a kid, even when I would cry and tell her to stop putting it on me. She yells at me to stay still and to stop whining about it. When I was older, I finally had enough and communicated as much as I can to her on why I didn't want it every time she insisted on putting it on me. She would grumble afterwards and call me ungrateful, but thankfully she didn't force it on me like she would all those times before. It wasn't until I had a week-long cold, and this one was particularly very annoying because it just wouldn't budge no matter what. The past week she'd been offering to rub Vicks on me again like usual, but like the last few times I refused. This continued on, then yesterday night came and she was more adamant on rubbing some on me, and after a bit of arguing she finally gave up and just let me be, or so I thought. I woke up suddenly in the middle of the night to my mom hovering over me and rubbing some Vicks on my temples. Of course I was startled, so I asked her what the hell she was doing. She jumped cause she probably wasn't expecting me to wake up, and she told me she was just doing what was best for me. Immediately I felt the burning and rushed out of bed to get some wet wipes so I could take it off. And as I was doing so she yelled at me to stop and that I could just sleep the pain off. I lost it at her and just started going off about how this was nowhere near to looking out for me, like she said. If she truly cared, then she wouldn't force something on me that I am clearly uncomfortable with. Then, for some reason, as I was trying to give out my points, she cut me off and started going on a tangent about how she owns me and that she could do whatever she wanted with me even when I don't want it. Now this is the point of the story where I'm not proud of and is the reason why I went to this sub in the first place. I then began to curse at her and yell at her and tell her that she didn't own me, that I was my own person, that this is my body, and that just because she was my mother, I wasn't going to give her the right to treat me as someone who doesn't deserve any respect. She then cried and called me ungrateful once again, and left the house. It is currently the next day and she hasn't come home yet. Am I the asshole? Your mom's unwillingness to respect your boundaries is the real issue here. No, she is the asshole for saying she owns you and can do what she wants to you. If she was your dad, could she rape you? You have a right to body autonomy. Someone touching you without permission, unless you are a young child in certain circumstances, is committing assault. How old are you? This is relevant to assessing the situation. Can you lock your bedroom door at night? If not, put a lock on your door. The past week she'd been offering to rub Vicks on me again like usual. How old are you? I ask, because if you're old enough to be on Reddit, you're too old for your mom to feel this comfortable rubbing ointment on you short of some kind of vegetative state or something. It's infantilizing and not exactly respectful of your bodily autonomy. You had a normal reaction to an adult person invading your personal space in your sleep, and especially because she was doing something you plainly stated you didn't want to happen. NTA. Mom's entire attitude about your autonomy is bugged. Good luck with that. It sounds like you are allergic. And what your mother is doing borders on is assault. She does not own you. She cannot do whatever she wants to you. She needs somebody to sort her out if she does not believe you. Any grandparents or aunts, uncles around? If not, get out of there as soon as you can. Lock your door. So not accept her treating you like her own personal plaything. She sounds unhinged. Not the asshole. Please go see a doctor about this. I absolutely get where you are coming from. I hate Vicks, and the peppermint oil people rub on their temples for headaches gives me a migraine. Not the asshole, because she cut me off and started going on a tangent about how she owns me and that she could do whatever she wanted with me even when I don't want it. No, she doesn't own you. She gave birth to you, she raised you, but she doesn't own you. You're not chattel, you're not her property. She doesn't get to do whatever the hell she wants to you just because she's your mother. Not the asshole, of course. Ignoring the obvious issues of her trampling over your bodily autonomy, I really don't know what it's even supposed to do to help your virus.